Hello, welcome to a guide for Darius, a top laner who has insane early game damage and can wipe out the entire team with his resetting ult. In this guide, I'll be going over his skills, his abilities, his rune setup and spells, and finally I'll be doing some tips and tricks so that you can destroy the ladder with Darius. Darius' first skill is his axe. This axe deals more damage if you space it properly. If you're too close, it'll deal less damage. This attack also heals a percentage of your health, as well as gives a stack for your ultimate. His next ability is an auto attack reset. You can use this to reset the cooldown of his auto attacks, and it is used in many of his combos. This also buffs his next auto attack, allowing it to deal more damage. Darius' third skill is a pull. This pulls enemies near to him and is a great tool for his combos. This ability gives a stack for his passive, and also as a passive gives more armor penetration to Darius, as well as slows the enemy by 40% for 1 second. Lastly, Darius' ult deals true damage, which is increased by 20% for each stack the opponent has, with up to 5 stacks, giving him 100% extra damage. His ultimate is also reset if he kills the target with it. Darius' first combo, on the one that he wants to use while trading in lane, is first autoing the enemy, then using his second skill to reset the autoing again, and then finally using his first skill to deal some extra damage. The combo that you want to use to finish off your enemies is first using your flash, then autoing, then using your second skill, and then autoing again, and then using your ult. This is to catch low health enemy champions and to just finish them off quickly. Darius' all-in combo and his combo that he wants to do max damage without his ult with is first hooking the enemy in, then autoing, then using his auto reset, then after using his first skill, then autoing more times, and then after this he can, if he has ult, then he can ult, and that will usually finish off the enemy. An important concept with Darius is using his first skill and then flashing to engage and catch enemies off guard in teamfights. This can be combined with other skills to do one of these combos. For example, if you do first skill flash and then auto, then W, and then your ult, then that would deal a lot of damage. And then if that finished him off, then you can go around ulting everyone and just getting a pentakill. The combo that Darius wants to use when there are multiple enemies around him is first hooking a target, then autoing, resetting his auto, using his Q, and then using 2 autos, and then ulting this target, and then to kill him, and then after that you can flash to a low HP target, auto them, and then ult again. And this can catch enemies off guard, and then you can get a double kill, and then you can keep on resetting your ult. So, yeah. For Darius' build, his first item wants to be Trinity Force. However, you can swap this out for Black Cleaver. If you want the Armor Shred. However, if one of your teammates already has the Black Cleaver, then there's no need to get it. And actually, I recommend Trinity Force better, but Those of you guys who like using Black Cleaver can use it. Next, you want Sterak's Gauge. And then after that, for your boots, you want to either take Mercury Treads or Ninja Tabbies. And on top, you want to either take TP. Actually, I would recommend TP like 90% of the time because it's kind of overpowered. You can join team fights and you can help with objectives. But you can also take one of the other items like Proto Belt or the QSS if the enemy has lots of CC. Next, you want to take Death Dance for the physical vamp and for the bleed effect. And it's overall just a great item to have. Next, you want to get Randuin's Omen. But if the enemy does not, as this is like one of the most broken items against crit champions like Yasuo, but if the enemy does not have most of their damage coming from crits, then you can take a different item such as Spirit Visage if the enemy team has lots of magic damage, or Dead Man's Plate. Yeah, if it's mostly from physical damage. Again, I have an itemization guide if you want to get more into these kind of situational items and what to do against AD, AP, etc. Lastly, you want to take a situational item. For Guardian Angel, I wouldn't recommend it usually, unless you're like carrying and you're your team's only hope. Like if you die, then the game's over. Then buy Guardian Angel. Other than that, then just buy a situational item depending on the enemy team comp. Next, for Darius' build, I would always recommend Conqueror, as it just works really well with him. Next, after that, you can take Triumph to gain healing after killing people. This will allow you to survive in fights. It'll reset your so when your ult resets, you'll also restore some health, and you'll deal damage. You'll deal extra damage to lower health enemies. Next, for your resolve room, I would recommend either Hunter if you think you're gonna snowball really hard, or Conditioning if they have a mixed AR, if you need mixed AR and MR. Lastly, for his last item, I would recommend Hunter Genius if you want a snowball, Mastermind if you want to take objectives and help with objectives, or Sweet Tooth for the extra sustain and extra gold. Some tips and tricks I have with Darius is that level 1 Darius is extremely strong. It's one of his power spikes, so play aggressively at level 1. You can definitely bush cheese. For example, if they're going to come out of the blue buff, you can camp the if their enemy top is leashing the blue buff, you can camp the river brush, and then when they come out, you can just like deal an insane amount of damage. Some other tips are just play confidently, and right now, since people don't know how to deal with Darius, I think you'll do pretty well with him. That was it for this Darius video. I hope you enjoyed it. I was actually going to release the Countering Zed video today, but since Darius came out, I released a guide for him instead, because I know a lot of you guys want to play him. He's really fun to play. You can dunk on people, he can get pentakills. It's really awesome. But the Countering Zed guide, it will definitely for sure be coming out this week, so subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. Oh, by the way, some of the gameplay comes from Wada Games channel. If you want to see some Pro Darius gameplay, you can go and check them out. I will leave the link in the description down below. And as always, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. If you have any like recommendations for videos, or if you want a certain guide on a certain champion, or a certain topic such as wave management or warding or something like that, leave it down in the comments below and I will take it into consideration. With that, I will see you soon. Bye!